Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm doing a video on, the Xbox One X. Now, if you couldn't already tell, it's called the Xbox One X. Who is it for? As this is a question that I think Microsoft need to answer, quite frankly, and I think, I think Phil Spencer, the CEO of Microsoft at the moment, seems to be saying, from what I've seen of some of the interviews, seems to be saying that it's for the elite player or elite gamer person, and it's like, really though, like, who is that at this point? And I don't know, like, I don't fully grasp who it's aimed at, and I don't think Microsoft do. And I think, ironically, for all the shit Nintendo get and flack they get for, not marketing the Wii U correctly, I think it's Microsoft's time to take that and have that, themselves, because they know they are not, I don't think they are going to be marketing Xbox One X very well. I mean, considering the longest time myself and a lot of other people, I think anyway, or I did anyway, I don't know about other people, but the longest time I definitely thought the Xbox One X or the Xbox One X was originally just going to be called Project Scorpio, and I think that would have worked so much better. I forgot it was a codename because they didn't just say codename Project Scorpio. If that was the case, then I would have gone, oh, okay, it's just a codename, they're not going to call it that, they're going to call it something else. But they didn't, and I actually prefer Project Scorpio over Xbox One X. Xbox One X and Xbox One S, sound similar and depending on who you ask, sometimes your S's, sound like X's, and that can get annoying, especially with the fact that the previous model was the Xbox One S, and not X, and the thing is, like one of the tutors at my college said, I almost said secondary school then, college said, the main thing that seems to be an issue for him, or will be an issue for the console, he thinks, as well as for himself as a consumer, is that there's no massive sort of flagship oomph of a software thing there as to demonstrate what they're on about. So you're just saying stuff, you're never backing it up, and even if you are in the presentation with games, they're just games you can either get on a previous console or get elsewhere or experience in different ways or just have in a different capacity. So is there any real need to have these in this 4K experience? And I say 4K because from what I've heard of Rich from Review Tech USA, whether or not he's correct in saying this and or going down this rabbit hole, so to speak, of stuff, is that the Xbox One X is just using checkerboarding 4K, whatever that means. But to my limited understanding of the subject matter at hand, he says, whilst knowing that he's a games development student, failing one at that, but my understanding is that, limited as much as it might be, understanding of it is that it's just emulating 4K, and it's not even like, 110%, 100% actual 4K, which, if that's the case, then why is it doing that, when that is the main, not so much gimmick, but definitely the main element and or selling point of, of this console. The irony being that, Nintendo and just other games companies and just sometimes, just other people in the games industry get so much flack and criticism for making something new and innovative because it's a gimmick No, what a gimmick is, you know, is a main selling point of a piece of software or hardware, in this case hardware, that's trying to do something that it doesn't actually do. That's a gimmick. A gimmick is something that actually doesn't really work because it feels gimmicky, you know? Like, for example, you know, Ghostbusters works as a film, but then when you have all the lead actors be women, that kind of feels gimmicky, you know? It just feels like doing it for doing its sake, you know? And that, to me anyway, that's because I hate women, of course, but I'm joking, by the way, if you couldn't tell. But the thing is, with this, I feel like it's a gimmick because they've just gone, oh my god, our competitors, Sony, they have 4K. Shit, we need to have 4K now, we need to compete. Look, we have 4K now, we have it in this box. How much is it? Yeah, 4K though, it's gonna be totally worth it. It's got like 10 teraflops of stuff. It's also really good. Look, it plays original Xbox games. Where's this exclusive game that you've been hyping around in and amongst leading up to E3? You can play original Xbox games, original Xbox, original Halo, original Conker's, the Microsoft version of like Conker's Bad Fur Day and a bunch of old stuff. Oh look, you can play all 360 games. Oh my god, it's amazing, isn't it? Well, it's not really, because it's a hollowed promise in the sense that you're not doing the thing that your competitors can do, and also you're still expecting people to buy it at like, I want to say 500 quid or 450, 500. You know, that's expensive for a lot. That's a lot of money for people to drop on a new console. And, you know, Phil Spencer's saying it's for the elite gamer or the elite people. So, you know, so do you want people to actually buy this or what? Like, do you know that your demographic and all the people you're aiming it at are this many people? And if so, why even make it? Because you're going to be making it at a loss, more than likely. I'm very interested to see how much this will actually sell when it does actually release, if it hasn't already been released. I can't remember if it's even been released yet, but I'm just curious as to who this is aimed at, because the fact is, it's a very expensive thing. I have a sneaky suspicion won't be marketed correctly, or there'll be instant cases of people, wanting the Xbox One X and their parents thinking that they want a Xbox One X, Xbox One S or Xbox One. Considering how much of an investment it is in terms of money wise, considering how much money it is, you're really not getting much out of it, really, I don't think, anyway. Because the one main characteristic of it is to be this 4K machine, and it's not doing that, so what's the point in even buying it? And again, it leads me to ask, who's it aimed at? The whole point of making things, ideally, you would think, logically, granted, humans are very illogical to me, but you would think logically that the whole reason of making anything, I don't know, video games, comic books, episodes of Doctor Who, whatever the case may be, is to satisfy and or entertain and or aim it at someone else. That's why we create things. We don't want us to just have ownership of it, but we want to create something for the entertainment of others and for the pleasure and joy it might bring to others. And if you're just going to say, oh, look, they're doing 4K, we can do 4K, scramble this together and then just say, well, buy it because it's 4K. Oh wait, it isn't 4K, you've not got any flagship game on there really. And, even if you do, it might be a game or two. What's the point in buying a whole new console just for one or two games when over at Sony they've got so many more exclusives. PC have so many more games and better graphics and all that, and I know why that is, and then Nintendo are offering not only a console but a handheld as well, and Sony are experiencing, all your experience on Sony things are true 4K console gaming wise. PC is just leaps and bounds ahead of anything a console can ever be, and I know again why that is, but cost is a big thing into that as well. So if you're gaming on a budget, then you're more likely to go the console route. But still, you know, your competitors are offering either the actual true 4K experience or something else. Either way, you're screwed. You're not offering something else like, say, Nintendo, but you're not actually offering proper 4K. So what are you doing? Who are you aimed at as well? Like, you know, I don't get, like, are you for young adults, teens, adults, you know? Like, I don't see anyone who, I can only see adults adults picking this up, really, because they're the only ones who have, in this scenario, a big enough disposable income to buy an Xbox One X. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, comment, rate, and subscribe.